Stay with your man.
Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on second and 12. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Brings up second and 3 at the 39-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3.
Get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mike 4.
Second and 3. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Second and long. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. 5. It's third down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 11.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside. A whole lot of room there, but there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down now, Swift. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He'll look to throw. And Pascal's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And the Colts first down.
Ready. Take the outlaw. Take the mic. Watch the twins. Watch the twins.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Well, early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. Ever talked to them, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And an alley to run. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
On the ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Not here. Ready.
They'll run here with Blanche. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Colts 41-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Looking to throw. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 6-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
Tackle made there by Eric Rowe.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. You ain't going nowhere.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
At the 15-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Check.
They'll set up a throw. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. To the right side to Eric Ebron. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Going long here for Walt. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. It's Parker. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now back to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A'Shawn Robinson able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And down inside the 15 he goes. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that addiction.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Teams lock all the score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Mike 54, I'm coming for you.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They come out here in the eye.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll look to throw. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st down, Swift. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Montgomery. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Here's Ryan Allen now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Ryan Allen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. White now to return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He's crossing. He's checking crack.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up in there, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw, and he finds Seals Jones complete. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll run on first down. Swift. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Stop your whining.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
A 1-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Back to throw. And he's got his man Hilton. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Colts.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. And he's able to find Wallace. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
First down, Indianapolis.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. This to potentially send us to overtime. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
He's sideline here, he's side on the right, side on the right. Even. Front, even. 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. Watch the curve. Go, everybody.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm coming for you, son. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Tight dog. Switch.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, Montgomery. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. On 3rd down, here's Harris. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That's
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground with White. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Switch! Back!
They'll set up to throw. He hits White, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. They wanted to avoid the dreaded 4th down and having to get a conversion or it being the final play. They picked it up, though, on 3rd.
I love how you described that because we've been in those situations and seen it. If you get to 4th down, especially in overtime, things get a little shakier, don't they? The hands get shaky, right? The throw, if you're going to throw the ball.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Indianapolis, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, add 1 more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here,